Welcome, I'm Dante St. James, and I'd like to introduce you to ContentSteps, the latest content creation drop of software that I'm doing this week in my challenge of creating 13 apps in 13 weeks in conjunction with Darwin Innovation Hub and a whole bunch of other people. So without any further ado, let's get underway. This is ContentSteps. So ContentSteps is a step-by-step system for going through creating your content. Now, as you enter ContentSteps for the first time via the website, contentsteps.com, you'll be given this onboarding process. And what it'll do is just tell you a little bit about the system and also tell you what we're doing as far as the methodology of how we ask those questions. And it's a little bit different depending on what kind of content you're making. And you'll see that in a second as we do some sample ones. But the first step you're going to do is to create your content profile. Now, every single profile can be customized for a different persona or a different person or a different part of your business. For example, I've already got my personal LinkedIn creation one. I've also got my solopreneur systems. What I'm going to do now is create one for Speak Starter, which is my public speaking coaching program. So I'm going to give it a color there. And it's going to ask me to select what the core topics are about Speak Starter. So I would say probably confidence. And you can select any of the ones at the top or type in your own. I'm going to put public speaking and presentation skills. Very important that you get these right, because this is what's going to be coloring every piece of content you make on the platform under that particular content profile. Now, profiles are one for free, but if you've got a paid version or if you get the free lifetime one that I'm going to give you access to very shortly, you'll also have access to up to 10 different profiles you can create content under. So we've got our core topics. Let's go now to our core values. What are they? Well, in the case of this particular company, they're going to be around growth, empowerment. I'm going to put a little bit in there about confidence as well, not just as a topic, but as a value. So once I've got those in there, we move then on to the style of writing. So I'm just going to enter some information on here. So I'm going to enter it into my the voice input, because I just describe it far better by voice, but you may choose to type instead. The kind of, just going to allow it. The kind of voice we're talking about with Speak Starter is very empathetic, kind, very approachable, and in a tone that makes it very easy for someone to understand, so that they can go from a point of being nervous and unwilling to engage with public speaking to considering learning more about it in a way that's safe and secure for them. There we go. So I've done that. So I'm going to now put that in. Now what I do is I generate my writing profile from that. So I click on generate writing profile, and we'll take everything I've put in so far and create this process. I'm a skills coach specializing in confidence, public speaking, and presentation skills. All of this sounds exactly like what I'm looking for. So let's now create my profile, and I'm all set to go. So let's start creating content. Now, once I've done this step, this onboarding process won't show again. So let's go and do it. So I've got a number of different options for you. You can create a LinkedIn post, short video post, a long video post, little micro platforms like X, Threads, Blue Sky, Mastodon as well. Or we've got the mother of all the posting tools, the multi-steps one, which allows you to create one main post first and then create a number of different things. So we start up with creating a LinkedIn step. Then we also then create a short form video script, a long form video script, and a micro post as well. But you may be wondering what AI is used behind the scenes. And what I want to introduce you to, and you'll have different access to this depending whether you're a free user or a lifetime pro user or even a monthly pro user. You can compare the different models. So I'm going to go here and start to compare those models, start creating. I'm going to write a post about the importance of confidence in career building. Really short, sort of vague one, but I'm going to select now a few models. Now, for those of you who are going to watch this video, you're going to see the real version of this. You're going to see like the big, the free pro version of it that I'm going to give you a code for at the end of this. So I'm going to select all the pro models and the free models as well. And I'm going to select every single one of them. You can just select one or two though, depending on what you prefer to do. The default model that we're using is actually Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite. And the reason is because I've tested that one to the nth degree, and it keeps producing what I believe is the best mix of everything in terms of speed, performance, reliability, and creativity. Even better than the Gemini 2.5 Flash or the Gemini 2.5 Pro, funnily enough. So just the one that I've tested, I've made that the default on the platform. I honestly recommend you just use that. But if you really do have a preferred model, and some people love their GPT-4, we're going to compare these. So you can see all the generations all compared down here. Let's generate and compare and see which one brings up the one that we like the most. So the very fast models, the open source models, the smaller models are really, really fast to deliver that. Gemini Flash Lite really fast as well. And then Claude Opus 4.1 is a heavier model, so it'll take a little bit longer. I've got a bunch of international models like Mistral and Meta's Llama as well. And finally, all of our models seem to have brought up their stuff. So GPT-5 Pro, the biggest model, and Sonnet 4, very big one as well, taking a little bit longer to generate those. Bear that in mind, how long these are taking, because the length of time it's taking for this is going to affect the length of time it will take to generate all of your tools. And you may find that for all the time that GPT-5 is taking to produce it doesn't produce any better a result. Pretty nice though. So I'll compare that, say, as one of the better ones. And then I go down to maybe this one, today's competitive job market. Yeah, it's so generic sounding. Confidence plays a pivotal role. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to look for the one that I really like. And for me, it's probably Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite for me again does so well. I would go that 2.5 Flash is okay, but I don't like the way it begins it. And I would say Meta Llama 4 Scout is also doing a good job. Surprisingly, some of the biggest models in the world are not the best outputs. So for me, GPT-5 Pro is doing pretty well. So I may set that as my default for one of my profiles. So I'm going to set it for my Speak Starter profile. It's now updated. So now it's going to use that model for everything that I generate elsewhere. Let's go back home and let's choose something. So all the content steps work kind of in the same way. LinkedIn steps, we pick the model, the profile we want to work with, in my case, Speak Starter. And I'm going to choose confidence as my topic today. So it's picking from those things you picked before. It gets from your profile what your values are, what your core topics are. I'm going to talk about growth in there. I'm going to give something maybe is a bit introspective. And I'm going to look at a personal reflection. And what I can now do is enter something in here. When I first started public speaking, I appeared to be confident, but I had no credibility to match my confidence. While I had all the front of a Maya store at Christmas, I didn't really have the true ability to back that confidence. These days, though, with 25 years of extra experience, life is very different. I've got confidence that comes not just from pure front, but also confidence that comes from competence as well. There we go. Let's transcribe that well. Let's continue. I can now select a post structure that I want to use. So Justin Welsh is a great post structure for a certain. If you want to see examples of what these look like, because you can't really pick which one you want, you can see examples and you can see small examples of how that structure kind of works for that person. If you don't like any of those ones, you just pick another one. Mel Robbins is pretty good. What I really like is this pain list story action format from Uncle Oracle. So I'm going to select that one and let's continue. It's going to ask me now for the length of my post. Let's just go maybe short. I don't want anything too labored. It's LinkedIn. People don't have all the time in the world. And let's continue to generate that post. And it's now going to use my chosen model, GPT-5, which is pretty fast in this case, and produced a hook that I can use. And then it's just put that hook into a whole post. And for me, that actually is a pretty damn good variation of what I just asked for. Now, if I'm not happy with it, I just generate another version. That's how all the tools work. I'll just take a quick look. I won't show you all of them. I'll take a quick look at maybe the long steps, which is for a YouTube, Facebook Watch long format video. Same thing, Speak Starter. I'm going to do public speaking as the topic, and then we're going to do growth as the value. In here, I'm going to give it another instruction. Public speaking is one of those life skills that you don't recognize you need until you really need it. When you're called up to speak in front of your team in a meeting, or you're called up to give a speech at a conference, you didn't realize that public speaking is that skill you never developed. But part of your personal growth is learning how to present well, how to speak in front of people and not be so nervous that you end up failing. So I've given it some context. Now I want to go and choose my structure. Now in the YouTube section, we've got a whole lot of different stuff, deep dive value. Again, I've got examples of what they kind of look like, how their flowing goes. I'm going to choose a storytelling narrative. So I'm going to go select and I'm going to continue. I'm going to make it a 10-minute long video. So it's gone by word count, generate my long script. Remember, it's taken in my values, my all my profile I created before about the kind of thing we're going to do with the Speak Starter profile. And it's also taken my context that I've just given. And now we are given a complete script with prompts for a YouTube video. So you can take that, edit that, do whatever you want with it, copy it, take it off to your Microsoft Word or Google Docs and do more with it. Again, if you don't like it, generate another version. That is what ContentSteps does. I won't go into it fully, but I'll show you that multi-steps is probably the most exciting part of this, because what you do, you essentially create your LinkedIn or Facebook post first, and then you tell it to take that same topic and feed that in to create a YouTube script, a short format video script for, say, Instagram Reels. And finally, you also get a micro posting script for something like X or Threads or Blue Sky. So that's essentially what it does. I really hope you'll use this and have a go at it. If you want to get the free version of it, you can just go straight in and sign up today at contentsteps.com. But if you'd like to try it out for like completely free for lifetime at the pro level, which means unlimited generations and also 10 profiles to use the code OBM. That's OBM25, OBM25. I've got it in the comments below, so you can do that as well. So just use that code when you go to upgrade, and you'll be able to then get all the different models and unlimited generations, and also get hold of the 10 different profiles as well. Please give it a try. It's in test mode right now. I hope you really like it.